The one time I am looking beyond forward to a Call of Duty game, it just gets surrounded in controversy. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a different kind of video. This video is not live, so I can edit this and record this as many times as I want to. In the background, you're seeing a Black Ops 7 game where I go 100 to 30 using the Rampart 17. I literally just did this. I'm kind of upset that I did not make that an actual video, because it would have been actually really funny and really good gameplay, but that's besides the point. That'll be just some background footage that's there. So we're going to be talking about how Call of Duty has essentially rug pulled us. Essentially, okay? That is not an actual term that I'm going to use for this. And there is a reason behind this. So, as some of you guys may have seen on Twitter and even YouTube, Call of Duty officially revealed the Modern Warfare 4 multiplayer trailer today. The trailer was kind of odd. It wasn't a terrible trailer, but it didn't really get me excited like the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2019 trailers did. Essentially, they put out a tweet. Because people were talking about how they have not addressed matchmaking. They basically said, hey, we're going to talk about it, and then basically never did. TLDR, back when the BO2 and Black Ops 1 ports came out, they basically updated BO7's matchmaking to quote-unquote be just like them. However, it basically brought skill-based matchmaking back to a lot of people, is what they said. Personally, I haven't experienced too much of that. And that's coming from someone who plays Black Ops 7 every single day for like 2 to 3 hours a day. Obviously, depending on what I'm doing that day. But I do play quite a bit of it. And personally, I haven't experienced really much of a difference. To me, it feels about the same. It doesn't feel as open as it did before, but honestly, that kind of happens when the player base gets smaller as players quit playing the game. So obviously, the game isn't going to feel like it did in the open beta and or at launch, right? However, they put out a tweet saying, we understand there are still open questions about around matchmaking, and there's some confusion about what they shared. So essentially, they said the short version, the initial batch of data is showing strong improvements with the new system. Obviously, it's going to show stronger results with a small player base, right? Personally, I don't know what the difference between this system is and the open system, because to me, they're the same. Because I can still play open matchmaking playlists, and it feels the same as when I'm playing just quick play, but I digress. They put out a tweet saying that players are sticking around longer and playing more matches. I'm going to be real with you. I see a lot of people backing out. I think every game I play, if my team is losing, my team backs out, and or I do, depending on what I'm doing. If I am overly winning, the enemy team backs out. The lobby still does backfill, just throwing players in there, which is a good thing. I know that the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports struggled with that for quite some time. But I don't have that problem currently. One of the things they also did say, since Season 5 quit rates are down, I don't really think so. Search times are also down. I'm going to be real with you. I still have some, not as much packet loss anymore, or packet burst issues, but I still do have some ping problems every once in a while, depending on if I'm playing with my friends who are on the other side of the country, which I did not have in games like Black Ops 4, 3, 2, Advanced Warfare. Hell, even games on PC that I'm playing with my friends down in Texas or down in Florida. I don't have those problems on those games, but I do on BO7 especially, and I've noticed that ever since, really, I would say Black Ops 6. They then put out another tweet following. We know some players like open, but the issues were clear. I honestly didn't see any issues. I never saw people complaining. If people were complaining, truthfully, I have zero idea what they were complaining about. They said for 80% of the player base. They said for 80% of the. They said for 80% of the player base in Black Ops 7 since from launch Season 4 open versus standard saw 32%, 7.7% higher quit rates, 14.4% fewer kills per minute, 5.3% lower win rates, and 59.2% more not fun ratings. This is where I think those are very, very weird, and why you honestly can't judge it by it. The problem is when you go to Season 4, I will tell you, you're probably going to experience lower win rates. And how do you experience a lower win rate, right? Because if, let's say you have 10 matches going at one time, you're going to see a 50-50 split. You know what I mean? Like, how do you judge lower win rates in a game that one team's going to win no matter what? Unless you somehow get 200 to 200 in domination, like, that doesn't happen. Either way, one of the teams are gonna win, right? So I don't get that metric, but whatever. The higher quit rates, I'm gonna be real with you for a second. The higher quit rates have got to be from people who are joining into games late of teams that are just getting absolutely spanked. I've done this. I know my friends have done this. Obviously, if I'm joining a match, it's, hey, the enemy team has 200 points on a hard point while you have 10. I'm not gonna stay there. It doesn't matter to me. My win-loss at this point in Black Ops 7 is something I do not care about at all. I think the win-loss rate is a good stat to have at launch. Personally, I don't care anymore. They're not fun ratings. I'm going to be real with you. A lot of these are kind of random. I get those surveys every once in a while. However, the not fun rating is 100% skewed. And there's a reason I say that. The reason I say that it is 100% skewed is because how in the world... Obviously, if a team wins a game, they're having fun. If a team loses, they're more than likely not having fun. I played ranked last night, won a really good search and destroy match, and then played 5 games afterwards and had a miserable time. Didn't have any fun at all. Obviously, if you give me a survey, I'm going to vote not fun, right? That's just the way it is. I don't know anybody in their right mind that would say, yeah, I had fun getting spanked. Like, no, you're not. Trust me, you're not. They then go on to talk about Nuketown 24/7. Bro, that is the brain rot playlist. I think 24/7 playlist from Nuketown to Shipment to Shoot House to DOS House to... What was that other really small one? Stakeout 24/7 of Black Ops 6. Like, obviously quit rates are higher. People are joining those to do challenges and or drop a butt ton of kills. They do not care. I play Nuketown 24/7 if I'm going for camos. That's it. I leave a lot of those games. Why? Because if I'm not noticing camo progress, I know if I play the rest of that match, I'm probably not going to get any camos, and so I'm wasting my time, meaning I'm going to leave. I know plenty of people are doing that. And they go on to say, our most competitive players were leaving 1 in every 3 matches. Obviously, because if someone's using fear traps or sight grenades, I don't really want to play against them all day long, especially if they're placing it on Nuketown. Like, it's a tiny map. The Ion Core made this a lot worse. A lot of the stuff that's been added to Black Ops 7 has made this issue way worse. From the Ion Core kill streak to all the fear trap stuff to the little point turrets are bad in hardcore, but they're not too bad in normal mode. Like, the amount of kill streak and dumb stuff that's in the game, obviously people are leaving in Nuketown. If an enemy gets an Ion Core in Nuketown, I dip. Because it takes up the entire freaking map, and I can't do anything about it, right? Like for example, on Nuketown, the Ion Core, literally, if you place it on the middle of the map, it takes up their entire house, leaving 1 team in their spawn. Obviously, I'm going to leave. They then go say, what about disbanding lobbies? They say about 50% of the players leave after the first match, and by game 3, almost none of the original lobby remains. I'm going to be real with you. I remember this all the way back to Black Ops 3 and beforehand. I'm only saying BO3 because I made videos on BO3 in the last few years, and I notice it now, and I know it happened then. Backfilling does take longer just because people aren't getting put into my lobbies if the skill base is higher. I noticed that a lot in Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare 2. A lot. I noticed it a crap ton, and it's why I didn't play a lot of BO6 after Season 3, I would say, and didn't play Modern Warfare 2 the whole year. Same with Modern Warfare 3. You get beat so much. If I'm the only one doing well, and the lobby's not filling up, I'm going to feel like my time is being wasted. There is some community notes on a lot of these tweets that say the 50% statistic is misleading due to the in-game reasons, 2 of which are actual limitations: prestige weapons, prestige players, change of mode, change of map, things like that. Like, it's going to happen. They did go on to say this is not a return to tighter matchmaking. This is where I'm going to sum this up really, really quickly. Okay, I do not think that the rug was pulled on us, personally. And the reason I say that is because we knew this was coming. When they did this in BO7 a few months ago, literally, we knew that was coming. Okay? Every game has had skill-based matchmaking. We've known this since Modern Warfare 19, hell, even Black Ops 4 when they were talking about it then. We've known that it has had that. Now, has it felt as odd, as bad? No. And a lot of that is because players have just gotten better. If you want lobbies like you had in Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 back in 2011 through 2013, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen again. In 2020, we saw a bunch of people, the resurgence of gaming is a thing, and a lot of people jumping into Call of Duty again with Warzone and Modern Warfare 19 who were sweating because guess what? They had nothing to do, so players got good. So naturally, you're going to have people better than you and/or that can compete at the same level, so it's not going to be bots every single game. And so I think that's where 100% this argument can be valid on that the rug was pulled, but I don't personally think the rug was pulled. I do think that this is really stupid and they should have just stuck with open matchmaking, but I do not think the rug was pulled at all. So for those of you that are saying it, I think you're wrong. Personally. Do I like this? No. The rug wasn't pulled though. They never explicitly stated that it was going to be open and then said, oh yeah, we're not doing it. It was never said that way. They said they were going to look at it and see how it went. Here are the answers to that. Obviously, I want it to be open. I want open matchmaking. I put it in a tweet earlier that said, the problem with tight matchmaking and skill-based is that ranked is meant to be a ranked place where you're playing against the best of the best. Public matchmaking is supposed to be where I just run into someone that I may know down the street who's playing Call of Duty, and whoever's skill is better, they come out on top. Obviously, I understand skill-based for those brand new players who have never played Call of Duty, never played a game before. I get it. I get that. However, Call of Duty accounts have been a thing since Black Ops 4. If you cannot make a system that says, oh, this person's played 100 hours of Call of Duty in the last few years, we'll put them in the we'll just put them right in the public lobbies that are open. This person has played 10 hours of Call of Duty and most of it was spent in the campaigns. We'll put them into a very relaxed multiplayer experience, allowing them to learn. That is the way to go. Okay? That's it. That's how you should do it. I know you can have the statistics. That's the way it should go, personally. They go on to then say some of our top players are facing tougher competition, but they're quitting less. I'm going to be real with you. That is not true. I play with people who have played this game for money and played this game competitively. They leave a lot. Because guess what? They don't care. They want to have an enjoyable time. Now, they did say in the MW4 beta they will use the new system and then also have the open matchmaking available so they can keep learning from both. I think the problem is that I can go play Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, hell, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, hell, the original Call of Duty 4 on Xbox 360 and find a game in 10 to 15 seconds. Maybe a minute at the most, but I can spend 3 minutes trying to find a lobby in Black Ops 7. Which is stupid. It was that way in Black Ops 6 from Modern Warfare 19 all the way to now. And before when the game came out, and obviously when the games come out, it's going to be easier, right? Like that's just the way it is. However, with Black Ops 7, with the new system, I feel like I'm taking a little bit longer to find games. However, those games are staying together. I can attribute to that. They do say about having fun, and matchmaking exists to support having fun. Okay, that's what Call of Duty's about. Stop looking at the data. Data can be skewed very easily. I can have 10 accounts playing at the same time, where I play a game on each of them, get those surveys, and vote I didn't have fun on them. Meaning that can be a skewed statistic. I can just leave a bunch of matches, making that a skewed statistic. I can go through and just lose every game on purpose. That can be a skewed statistic. All of those data points can be skewed. Instead, look at your community online. Look at people in game chat. I know you monitor the in-game audio. Monitor what people are saying in-game. You know, I feel like a problem that we're having is that they're talking so much about data, but they don't share that data with us. Like, yeah, they gave us percentages. Okay, but how wide are those percentages? How tight-knit are those percentages? None of it makes sense. Plus, also, I'm sorry, never judge off of Nuketown 24/7. I'm sorry. Any of the small map modes should never be considered for any of this at all. And they did actually, someone made a quote on it, and then they also replied to said quote about the Nuketown playlist. And to be honest with you, what really made me upset about this on that is they replied to a tweet. I'm going to see if I can find it. But they basically replied to someone saying, why wouldn't we take from our most played mode, like take statistics from it? The problem is that the reason it's the most played mode is because it's the smaller map. I guarantee if you look at the most played mode in Black Ops 6 map, it was stakeout 24/7 because people are camo grinding. It's going to be it. It's how it always is. Look at Battlefield 4, Operation Locker, Battlefield 3, Operation Metro, Battlefield 5 had Metro, Battlefield 6 had the redacted map. I can't think of what its actually name is. I just call it redacted because that's what I know it as. Players are going to play where they can get the most amount of kills and do challenges. That's what they're going to do. It doesn't make it a great map. Personally, the only tight Battlefield map I like is Operation Metro because you can at least have the outer parts to play on. Battlefield 4's Operation Locker is just a meat grinder. That's all those maps are for people to do challenges. Okay? And that's what it should have been. It should never be a 24/7 playlist outside of Double XP Week. I've been saying this for the last 5 freaking years. Stop it. Because you're going to get skewed data like you're getting. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like the rug was pulled. I just feel like it's kind of weird. I deeply, deeply hope that we can get, you know, some better stuff going on because it gets kind of old. I really hope that Modern Warfare 4 is good, right? The beta is in 2 days. It's Friday. I will be playing it Friday. I will be streaming it probably Saturday. I'm going to record my first video Friday night when I get home. If I have time, I might end up going through and streaming Friday night. If you guys want to, the link to my Twitch is down in the description below. Please do go follow me. But I'm going to be real. I don't feel like the rug was pulled. I feel like I was expecting this, to be honest with you. I knew this going into the game. We knew what we were going to get when they changed the matchmaking system in Black Ops 7. However, they have definitely contradicted themselves in some of the stuff they've said. But who knows? I really hope that Modern Warfare 4 is fun to play. We'll know Saturday or Friday how it actually plays. I am looking forward to it, especially the campaign. But I'm going to treat it just like I've been treating these last few years of Call of Duty, and that is just me playing the game and having fun. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I just want to sit down and have some fun playing Call of Duty again. So that's how I'm going to treat it. I hope that you guys enjoy the videos. With that, we're going to be having some fun, building some weird guns with Gunsmith, obviously. We're going to make a whole campaign guide walkthrough of the campaign. Probably playing it on veteran and or realism for the first time through. Some funny moments here and there. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could, please do drop it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are brand spanking new. And I will see you guys in the next video.